Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply grayscale filter or black and white filter to live camera preview for video recording in Flutter Android application. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the demo. Now I'm using Android Studio to mirror my device. So given that I'm mirroring my device, so the output will be little bit laggy, just bear with me over here. So I'll first give the camera permission. I'll also give the record audio permission. And here you can see this is the camera view which has been displayed, and here you can see everything is in black and white. I'll just move my camera as well just to prove it to you. So yeah, and again now this has been named as take photo. It should not be take photo, it should be record audio. Sorry about that, I'll fix it in a bit, but it is record audio button. So I have started the recording. So here you can see now the button has changed to stop, and I will just stop the recording as well. And here you can see the video has been captured. Here it is displaying the video URL inside a toast message. Now there is one bug. I'm trying to play the video inside this video player. Now for video player I'm using a third-party library video player from pub.dev. It is not able to play the video. I don't know why. There is something wrong, but I have managed to save the video to external storage. So let me just prove it to you. I don't know why I'm not able to play the video. Like in native Android I'm able to play the video, so I'll just show you the videos, and here you can see the video has been saved to external storage as well. So if you were able to hear, it has also recorded my audio. So yeah, that's it. Now I don't know why I'm not able to play the video, but anyways, the main thing for this tutorial is to how to record the live camera preview and apply black and white filter. Maybe you can check on how to play the video as well. Okay, if you found an answer, do let me know in the comments. Now there are a couple of things which I want to say at the start of this tutorial. You need to use at least Flutter 3.32.0 or higher, otherwise you will get lot of Gradle issues. Second thing is the code which you saw, the live camera as well as the take record video button which you saw, that is everything is native code. I am not using any third-party library. I am using third-party library for playing the video, but like you saw, I was not successful in that. If I had used native code for playing the video as well, then it would have played, like we would have used exoplayer, but then it would have become extremely complicated. That's why I was trying to do with this third-party library but couldn't really figure it out. So yeah, that's all the things mentioned. Let's get started. So first you just need to create a Flutter project. Then here I have imported dart.io. Then here you can see that here I have this file called my camera view. Now that's why I've imported over here, and this is the name of my project, Flutter app. So it can be anything in your case, so you should write your own project name. Then here I have imported material, I have imported services as well. This is the default boilerplate code which is present by default. I have not changed anything. Then here is my home page widget. So it is a stateful widget. Here you can see, firstly, like I mentioned, this is only for Flutter Android. So by default the permission is false. Now this camera permission thing handles both camera as well as audio permission. So I've even for permission I have written native code. Okay, so first we are getting that method channel. Now same name you need to use it on native Android side as well. Here is our init state. So I'm just checking if platform is Android, then get the camera permission. So here we have the permission. So here we are invoking a method called get camera permission. Here we get the result, and if it is true, then we just change this variable. And if this variable is true, then only we display our camera view. Otherwise we just display a text saying give camera permission. Now if you check this my camera view, here you can see again I have imported dart.io, Flutter material, Flutter services. Here I am imported video player as well as Chiwi. This Chiwi thing is only for playing the like video control. So if you see my pubspec.yaml, I have added this dependency. So here you can see video player dependency as well as Chiwi dependency. Then here I have just created a stateful widget. Here I have a method channel called camera view. Here we have this video URL which is empty. Then here we have the video controller as well as Chiwi controller. The next thing is we have this creation params which are basically used to send some data from Flutter side to native side, but we are not really using this. Then inside dispose we just dispose our controller as well as Chiwi controller. I think you can use something like this. Okay, we can't use it. Okay, what is this? Okay, so because I have used the late keyword. Okay, so anyways I'm initializing it. So here inside the build I'm just using this platform is Android. So here if you check the video, if the video URL is not equal to empty, that means the video has not been recorded yet. That in that case we are just displaying the Android view. So the Android view will display your live camera as well as the record screen or record video button. And in once the here you can see we are overriding, like we are using this on platform view created, right? So we are listening for this callback method once the video has been captured. So here you can see we sorry, I think this will generate unnecessary code now. Yeah, okay, sorry about this. Let me just do Command Z. I by mistakenly clicked on the particular button. So here you can see, coming back to this method, so here we will get a callback with the help of this particular key from native Android side. So here we get the URL of the saved video, okay, and then we just pass it like this. Now if you see over here, we are using content URL. Like I have tried using this file as well, but still the video player was not working. Then I have added one listener as well. I have set this looping, I have initialized it as well. Then here we initializing video chibi controller as well, and then we setting the video URL equal to text. Also if you see, this is the error which I am getting. So if you have any thoughts about this, do let me know. I don't know what this error is about. I've tried asking ChatGPT as well, and even that is confused. I'm not sure if the URL which I'm sending has an issue, or the way I'm using this video player has an issue. So I'm really confused over here. Anyways, coming back over here, but once the video player has been set, you display the video player something like this, and for all other platforms we just display a placeholder. So hopefully you got this. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, so that's it. Now next you need to go to the Android folder, go to app, go to build.gradle.kts, and here you need to add this dependencies block, for which you need to add Android X camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then camera video. Then this camera media 3 effect is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video, but if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version. Then Android X media 3 effect as well as constraint layout. Then inside Android manifest.xml you need to use this uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission, write external storage permission, as well as record audio. Then you need to go to main activity, and if you see, firstly these are all the imports which you need to copy paste it. Then here we request for camera permission as well as record audio, and if Android version less than equal to P, we also use this write external storage permission. Then here we have this method channel result, and then here we override on request permission result, and if the request permission is granted, and if here we have another variable, if all permissions are granted, then we send back as true, else we send back as false. And as you can see, we have a method over here just to check whether all permissions was granted or not. Then here we use this configure Flutter engine. So this is basically used to register our camera view. It is basically used to show the camera preview as well as the record screen button, okay. And we are using the same strings which we have used it on Flutter side, and this again is for requesting the camera as well as record audio permission. So as soon as you request it, it comes over here. Once the permission is granted, it comes over here. Now if you see over here, we have this my camera view factory. So here we create this kotlin file. Again, this should be your own package name, don't copy my package name. So if you want your package name, you can come to main activity.kt, just copy your package name. Now these are the imports which you have to write. Again, this is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. So yeah, feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Then here you can see we are referencing another kotlin file called my camera view. So here coming back to my camera view.kt, again this should be your own package name. Now there are a lot of imports over here. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. So there are a lot of imports. Then firstly, if you see over here, we get create a video capture, our recording, process camera provider. Here is our camera executor service. Then we initialize constraint layout, we initialize preview view, we initialize our button as well. Then here we initialize method channel. Then here we have created a companion object for file name format as well, just a tag. This is used only for logging purposes. Then here we have created layout params. Here we are assigned the layout params to our constraint layout. Then here we have created this constraint set as well. We have cloned this constraint layout to a constraint with the help of constraint set. Then here we constrain our camera view to all sides of the screen, so but from the bottom we leave a margin of 200. Then here is our button. So in here, instead of take photo, you can just name it as record screen or record video, something like this. Okay, command S to save. So here is our button. We are setting some background color, some text color as well, and we are constraining the button to the bottom of the screen. Then on click of the button, we just call capture video. Then here we call setup camera. So inside setup camera, we just call start camera. We initialize our camera executor. Here we have this capture video method as well. So here we get hold of our video capture, and here we just set the is enabled of our button to false. Here we assign our recording to our current recording, and if it is not equal to null, we stop our current recording, we make it as null, and we return it back. Then here we have this simple date format. Then here we use this content values dot apply, passing the display name mime type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we have this media store output file options. Then here we initialize video capture dot output, calling the prepared recording, and here we, if record audio permission is granted, we also use this with audio enabled. Start the recording, and if the record event is start, then we just change the text of our button as well as is unable to true. And if once you have stopped the recording, then this method is called of finalize, and if there are no error, then we just get the URL. Now here this URL of the video is in form of content colon slash slash, right? So to convert it to a proper URL, I was doing something like this, copy video to app cache. I'll show you this method in a bit. I've tried sending this URL as well directly to Flutter site. It doesn't really work. So here, once we have the URL, we, with the help of this invoke method, here you can see I'm using the same key which I was using on Flutter side. We shut down our executor, we unbind our camera provider, we close our recording, we make it as null, and here we just do button dot apply. We set the text as well as is unable to true. And here this is a helper method again, which I have copy pasted it from ChatGPT, but I don't think this is really working. I don't know why. If you have any better solutions, do let me know in the comments. I think the problem is over here, I guess. I don't know. Then here we start our camera, so we just do process camera provider dot get instance. We get the camera provider future. Here we get hold of our preview view. Then here we just do recorder dot builder, set the quality selector as well. We initialize our video capture. We get hold of our default back camera. Then we do use case group dot builder, add our preview use case as well as video capture. Then here we do media 3 effect, passing the preview, video capture or image capture. Then here we set the RGB filter of grayscale. So this is important. So this will automatically apply the grayscale or black and white filter, whatever you guys call it. Then we add the media 3 effect to our use case group builder. We unbind our camera, we bind it to the life cycle. Then here we just override the get view for returning our constraint layout, and inside dispose we shut down our camera executor. So I think that should be it. Let me quickly check. Yeah, that should be it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.